today's video we are gonna have a lip swatch of these three shades, and I have mostly chosen shades that are very deep and that would show up on my skin on purpose because I didn't have an idea of, like, it had a variety of shades and I didn't know which one to choose from. And I also doubted if I had to buy something it has to show up on me. So on purpose I got these for my pigmented lips, and I wanted to do a lip swatch on to see how it shows up on my skin so that it will be helpful for people who are very similar to my skin tone. Without further ado, let's get into the lip swatches. So these are lip tints from a brand called ROM&ND. It's a Korean brand. So the first one I'm gonna swatch is this Zero Velvet Tint. It's in the shade Vintage Taupe number 23. This is a beautiful packaging. If you see, it's totally fully matte and very nice to touch and feel. So I'm gonna do an arm swatch here. It's a very terracotta brick kind of shade. These are not transfer proof lipsticks like I would prefer all the time. Like, these are very light and moussey texture. So I'm gonna do a lip swatch here. Goes on like really smooth and blurring, like just so smooth and feels like butter, and it smells very floral. It's very sheer, like it does show up on single layer but you can keep building up. This is how 2 layers look like. It doesn't wash me, but yeah, it does show up on my lips. So this is the Vintage Taupe from Zero Velvet Tint. So the next one is Juicy Lasting Tint, and it's in the shade Dark Coconut number 20. This is a very opaque packaging. You can't see through. The color is just given on the outside. I'm gonna do an arm swatch now. This smells very tropical. Just such a beautiful color, like a brick lip gloss. Smells so nice, like pineapples, and it smells of pina colada, like coconut and pineapple stuff. So let's see how it goes on my lips. It looks very nice and very cooling on the lips. It's very sheer, very glossy, very juicy looking, and yeah, it does show up on my lips, nice on my skin tone without a lip liner. So far I have not used these lip products with lip liner because to show you how it works on their own. Yeah, it feels like a lip balm texture, but yeah, that's a little bit of pigment. I am gonna apply another layer to see how opaque it gets. So yeah, that is called the Dark Coconut from the Juicy Tint. And last but not the least, this is the most favorite, like I've been waiting to try this on. This is the Glassing Water Tint from ROM&ND, and it's in the shade Vintage Ocean. If you noticed, I have chosen colors that are very similar to all three of them because I really wanted them not to go for waste after me spending like almost like 800-900 on each of them. So I chose deeper colors. I want to mention it here. If in case they look very similar, yes, I chose them for me. This smells so good too. I like they smell so good. I wish I could eat them. They smell that good. And yeah, this is how it looks on my lips. This one's very thin than the previous one. This is one coat of the Glassing lip tint. It's in the shade number 4 Vintage Ocean, and this is one coat of the Glassing lip tint. It's in the shade Vintage Ocean. It's in the shade number 4 Vintage Ocean, and this is one layer of this shade. It looks very nice and gives me that juicy plumped kind of effect. I can top it up with other lipsticks as well. I'm gonna go with another layer. So that's the 2 layers of lasting lip tint. I forgot the arm swatch. This is the glass thing. Very thinner formula than the previous one, but both gives me a very glossy plumping effect. Basically, none of these lipsticks are very long lasting. I would prefer much cheaper Lamel lip tints because they're very tinting, like immediately tinting, and I also would prefer the Essence Plumping Chili Extract Lip Plumper because this is very juicy looking too, and I wouldn't say this is very good. Like, I wouldn't recommend for the price point. It's each of them costed me around 800 and something, so I wouldn't say it is worth it because the Etude House tints are much more nicer and the glass tint from Etude House is much more cheaper than these, but they work really amazing. So these, if you want to try, if you want to splurge, if you want to have the brand or it's very tempting for you, these are the colors I would recommend for my skin tone. If you really want to have a cheaper option, I would recommend the Essence gloss or the Wet n Wild gloss or the the Lamel gloss, because they are much more, worth the price. So these I wouldn't recommend. Maybe if you want to try one, try the Zero Velvet tint because it has a good texture and gives you that moussey feeling. So yeah, that's all for the video. Meet you in another one. Bye guys.